Over the last 8 weeks, the Big Brother house has had everything thrown at them. 10 of the housemates have fallen by the wayside, 4 remain to face this final week, but only one can win. It's day 59. It's July the 21st, and this is Big Brother's little brother. Hello everybody, hope you're all very well. Coming up on the show today, Friday night evictee Tim Cully will be here live, if indeed he is still alive. Heat Magazine's Mark Frith talks about the weird and wonderful world of Big Brother, and Agony Aunt Deirdre offers some words of wisdom as only she can. But we kick off, as we always do, ladies and jelly spoons, with Little Brother's big news. Indeed, okay, so 10 down, 4 to go, 5 days left until the winner of Big Brother 2 is announced. This, my friends, is the final lineup in a kind of a Brady Bunch style. It is, and I quote, Alex, Jade, Johnny and Kate. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. More on how you can vote for the winner later on in the show. On Saturday, ex-housemates Sophie Pritchard and Lee Davey hit the headlines. This is going to knock your socks off. With the revelation, they are Big Brother's latest lovebirds. We caught up with them yesterday, exclusively. You heard me correctly, to get all the latest juicy gossip.
Yes, we are officially a couple, but the way we're going to do it is, obviously, we don't know each other that well. So we're just going to, obviously, see how it goes, spend time together, and hopefully things will progress from there. So we'll see what happens.
Me and Sophie sitting in a tree, K-S-I-L-I-N-G. Did you notice that when Lee said, yes, we are a couple, Sophie got this? It's like she just heard the news. We are? OK, next up, all week, Alex has opted out from joining in the fun and games, but last night saw a dramatic U-turn as he instigated the return of the old classic favourite, follow the van, follow the van, follow the van.
She kept on thinking that she saw a van when all she wanted was a hot-blooded man, but she couldn't just find it. It was real sad. She could not even do that.
I did find it.
She tried to bully me by scratching my head, but she found someone else in her bed.
I don't know what that boy's got, but the ladies love it, and that was Little Brother's big news. Check this out. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Tim has just arrived on site. He's going to be here in a couple of minutes. So, if you'd like to ask him any questions, how's he feeling after Friday night's eviction? Him and Johanna still an item. Did he conceal black dye in his shampoo bottle? If you've got a question for Timothy, and please, for the love of the baby Jesus, don't get me taken off air with any threats whatsoever for his life, give us a call on the following numbers. Today we are joined by the editor of Heat Magazine and Greek-stroke-Roman god, Greco-Roman god, Mark Frith. Hello, Mark.
Hiya, you're right.
Let me worship in your presence. Just do the whole look up a little bit and then look down.
And then look away from
Here you go. Terrific. OK, only 5 days to go to the end of the series. Is that right? Surely that can't be right. What's been your favourite moment so far?
My favourite moment actually came the other day. I've never been a fan of Alex throughout the whole thing.
Why?
But the brilliant... Well, firstly, I just think that he is a bit patronising to them. He's a bit condescending to them. He doesn't want to play the game. Not as much as Tim didn't want to play the game, but he doesn't seem to want to play the game. But the whole thing with the 70s party, I thought, was absolutely brilliant. The costumes, Jay's costume particularly. But when he was singing from behind the door, I thought that was really cool, really confident, and I thought, there's a winner, actually.
Just for you, in the gym we'll fix it.
Have you got it?
We've got the clip. Take a look. My monkey's coming off.
Alex!
I've lost my touch.
Alex, wake up! Alex! Alex!
was indeed a comedy classic. Since Tim's departure, Alex seems to have been getting on famously with his housemates. Do you think the combination of the two boys sort of held Alex back while he was in the house?
I think he does. I think he's still being a bit distant. He's still, the way he talks to them, thinks he's a bit above them, which I think is a shame. But of course he's got no other option. He now has to bond with the other three, otherwise the last week will be pretty unbearable. And I think he sees his link in there with Kate, actually, because he clearly does adore Kate. And I think that he...
Adore?
I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he really, really likes her. And I think that's going to be his way into the group. He's not really sure about Jade. He's certainly not sure about Johnny. But Kate he can manage with, and that's the way of him being brought into the group.
They were playing Follow the Van last night. Has Follow the Van picked up in your office? Do you play Follow the Van?
We...
In the company of your own home?
I will allow a couple of hours of Follow the Van, just before, just after, during lunch hour, after 6 o'clock. Before 9:30, after 6 o'clock, during lunch hour. The rest of the time, we work.
OK, now, Johnny lost his cool this week for the first time since he's been in the house. Take a look at this.
You've had a drink, so that makes it worse as well. We've all had a drink.
Well, I'm drunk, you know, that's right. I'm drunk,
I'm not
that's
saying
right.
you're drunk. I'm saying you've had a...
Don't you think I'm starving up by now? Just hear whatever I've had to hear.
Oh, poor Jade. Badly done to, man. You've been up for eviction once.
That's
See? How's it feel for me? I've been up for 3 times.
Regardless. I don't
You're
care.
feeling sorry for yourself.
That was kind of his falling down moment. He kind of turned into Michael Douglas at that very moment. Now, he admitted to Kate when he feels angry, he goes into the toilet to let off steam away from the watchful eye of Big Brother and the housemates. Do you think it's just getting that confused with the diary room, or do you think there's more to him than meets the eye?
I think he just doesn't want that to be seen publicly. I think that, you know, people have said, oh, maybe that's the... I mean, Tim has always had this view, hasn't he, that he's an actor and that's the real Johnny. I don't really believe that. Anyone would be pushed if Jade... We didn't see what happened, really, with Johnny and Kate in the diary room. They were in there for about an hour. They clearly had a fantastic time and felt even more bonded. And then to come out, and the first thing you see as soon as you come out is Jade going, rah, 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 rah. That's not much fun. And I would be annoyed. People like myself and you, who have the patience of a saint, even we would be wound up if Jade was in our face after having an hour of good conversation with, say, Big Brother.
Right, changing the subject slightly. We mentioned earlier Lee and Sophie have declared undying, it says here, love for each other. So the love will never die as long as they live. That's what it says here. Do you think it will last?
Well, she's off to Ibiza tomorrow. So, you know, they've had 3 good days anyway, haven't they? I'm really bemused by all of this. I really am. I mean, she's going off to Ibiza, we understand, for Channel 4 most of the summer. She's got to get back, you know, for Big Brother stuff on Friday, like they all will. But it just seems a bit convenient to me. You know, this is their last chance to make a bit of money.
Is it the case that you're a cynical old hack and you don't believe that this could be love?
I'm not a cynical
No,
old
I'm not saying you are, but is it the case that you have to take that hat and put it on your head, or do you think...
We're all being objective about this, and we really don't know. We only can believe what they've told us. But it all seems to have been quite quick. He finished with Carmen on Thursday. He saw Sophie for something other than, the romantic stuff. They didn't fix the date. They saw each other because of a work thing on Friday, decided they'd be a couple. And that day, the call went through to the Sun office. So I don't really know what's going on, but we've just got to believe what they say.
It's a remarkable turnaround. You're all right. OK, in the previous 2 Big Brothers, boys have won. Do you think there's any chance Kate or Jade could be the winner of Big Brother 3?
The brilliant thing about Big Brother 3 is it's totally open. I think we're going into the final week with this huge sense of excitement we've never had with the final week before. We had Helen coming up, and it was a 2-horse race last year. Craig was kind of in the lead in year 1. But I think this year is genuinely open. I think that all 4 have got a chance. I still think a boy will win it, but more specifically, I think Alex will win it. I think he's ahead at the moment. But anything could happen over the week. It's genuinely exciting.
Do you think Alex will win it?
I do, actually, yeah. I think it is close. I think it's going to be very close for second place between Kate and Johnny, possibly Kate. Jade is the unknown quantity, really. I think Jade is someone that people could vote for in huge numbers, or she could be first out on Friday.
Absolutely.
It's really difficult to tell. At the moment, Alex is quite a way ahead, though.
And lastly, Tim, were you surprised he was out on Friday?
Not at all. I was surprised the percentage wasn't in the 90s, to be honest with you. That was the mood that seemed to be going on. So there was a huge number of people who also don't want Alex to win, which I think is quite interesting. We'll give the other 3 hope, but not
Mark,
that they
thank
know
you very
it.
much. More from you later on. OK, Tim Edward Cully from Worcestershire entered the Big Brother house live on this show Sunday the 16th of June, 36 days ago. He immediately bonded with Alex, took an instant dislike to Sophie, and made it clear from the start he didn't want to get involved in childish antics. On Friday night, he was the 8th person to be shown the door in one of Big Brother's harshest evictions ever. It was the battle of the buddies. Tim and Alex faced the public vote, and over 1.7 million of you voted. Tim got 81.5% of that, and this is the moment Tim discovered he would have to face the music.
I can reveal that the 8th person to be evicted from the Big Brother house is Tim.
Good.
Oh, my goodness.
You have 1 hour to say your goodbyes and pack your bags. Comprende?
Comprende? Comprende? Isn't it comprende?
Best of luck for this week, mate.
Thank you.
I'm not going to lie to you, I don't envy you.
About to say congratulations then to Alex, but
No, he doesn't make it.
no, I don't. You knew he was going to stay in anyway.
You gonna leave me your toothpaste?
Yeah, mate, have it. What do we talk about now?
I don't know. That's just why if I was in the same situation, I'd go and have a shower.
Hey?
I was going to be ready to have a shower if it was me.
You have been evicted. Take care. Oh,
Take care.
hope it all goes well for you.
Oh, thanks. And you guys, and best of luck.
Oh, see you on TV. See
Well
you when
done,
we come
everywhere.
back.
All the best, mate.
Bye, Johnny. Take care, hey? Yeah. Hope it all works out good.
My fingers are crossed for you as you're getting those.
Bye, mate.
Hold your head up high.
Yeah, I will do.
And smile.
Be strong, folks.
Yeah, be strong.
I hope everything goes well for you, Tim.
Good luck.
Hey, goodbye. Take care. See you later. Mwah.
1, 2, 1.
Just look for your Hannah and your mum and dad, babe. Look for the people that you love.
Oh, laugh it off. Laugh it off.
You got both. There was cheese there as well. There's cheese there as well.
I can hear cheers.
I can hear cheers now.
There's half cheese, half beef.
Man, that scared me watching at home. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the boring ginger bloke that was on Big Brother. His words, not mine. Tim Cully. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
When you did that on Friday night, I was genuinely watching like this. Oh no, don't do that. And you were like this. No, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Okay, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Good, very good.
Since Friday, what's been going on?
No, it's been a nice quiet one. I've had my girlfriend with me, and we've had a nice quiet day, chilling out and, yeah, getting back to normality.
Okay, now, you know, this isn't frivolous at all. You're worried about your relationship with Johanna while you're in the house. Is everything all right now?
Yeah, absolutely fine. A bit shell-shocked, but the day's been a good one, and, you know, it's back to normal. I'm the same bloke I was, so...
Did she spend
it's
most
cool.
of that time in England when you were in the house? Or was she in
Half and
Sweden?
half. She had a couple of weeks here, and the rest of it was in Sweden to get away from it, so...
Okay,
yeah.
understandably. Okay, we're talking to you in depth after the break when we'll put you on a little brother hot seat, getting all the inside info after this. We'll see you in 4. On the year of our Lord 2002, day 59, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. Delighted to be joined by Tim Cully, who received 81.5% of the public vote, which means Alex survived eviction for a third time. Why do you think the nation wanted Alex to stay?
Same reason he stayed last couple of times. Top bloke, genuine, not bad looking. And, yeah, no, it's the same reason I liked him, you know, all those things. He's got a lot of qualities.
With that in mind, what do you think they had against you?
There are a few things. I don't think there's anything specific. I haven't, you know, been...
To be fair, there weren't any instances.
No, exactly. There was no instances. There was a load of little things, my hair and, I don't know, background
No, but
or whatever.
your hair.
Well, I don't know, but just a load of little things. Nothing that's really sort of...
Genuinely, if people voted you out because of your hair, I would feel mortified. I think we would all resign, because that simply shouldn't have happened.
That's because you haven't got any.
The one thing, it's there if it wants to be. The one thing I picked up on was the perception that a lot of people didn't think you had a sense of fun and that you didn't like a lot of the housemates.
Yeah, when I first went in, I did. I liked all the qualities. The more you get to know them, you know, the less I did like them. I got to know more and more about them. And the more you get to know about people, you either like them or dislike them more. And Alex, it was like him more, and the rest, it was dislike him more.
Do you think, I mean, did you find it was easier for you to confront people? I mean, you do seem to, you sat back a lot. Was that a case of live and let live, or you just thought to yourself...
Basically, no one did anything to me personally either. So I didn't really have any confrontations to bring up with people. I mean, I do generally. I would bring it up face to face, but why would I? No one had any problem with me.
You nominated her for being easy.
Sorry.
That totally freaked me out, because I thought you...
Well,
I thought you mean... Kate's not easy, you can't say that. I thought you got on really well with Kate.
Yeah, we did. They were really good times, and that's the thing. I got on really well with everyone when they were being themselves, and there are other times, the parts of them I didn't like, and that's when I didn't get on with them. So it's, you know, pretty straightforward, really.
Right, you came into the house 23 days after everyone else. Do you think the late entry immediately puts you at a disadvantage?
Yeah, a slight disadvantage, of course. I mean, people have known the others longer. You're going to already have favourites set in and stuff, so it's a slight disadvantage. But
and do you think there's a case where because you come in later, it puts you at a disadvantage in that people always think you know more, you know essentially what they do at home, so therefore they're never going to pick a side?
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, I sort of took that in there, thought I might be at a slight advantage, but
once Spencer had gone, all of that was out the window, because, you know, when I went in, Spencer was clear and away favourite. So once that had happened and there were a couple more surprises, I was none the wiser than anyone else.
And Alex and Spencer was just amazingly close.
Yeah, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
But either way, that threw me. After that, I was like, well, I don't know anything then. And so I was much the same as anyone else.
Does that dictate how you act?
Yes and no.
Having hindsight.
Well, having hindsight's a nice thing, but I mean, I did go in there with preconceived ideas, but they really did evaporate in the first couple of days. So, you know, effectively, it didn't change how I'd act whether I'd gone in at the start or not.
Okay. You were in the house for a total of 5 weeks. You spent 20% of your time living on the poor side. As a man used to more refined things in life, as your dad said on Friday, he paid a great deal of money for that education of yours. What was the hardest thing about living in poverty?
Really material things, and you know, when you look back on it, it's really quite selfish. But just, you know, you've got to eat rubbish food and cook it on a barbecue every day, and my clothes smell, and it just wouldn't be how I choose to live, I suppose. So, and you know, I wasn't just going to bend over. I was going to complain and whinge. Why not? I mean, you know.
Yeah, boy, did you do that.
Yeah, I was good at it.
And it was then you and Alex started to bond. Alex saw.
Well, we're both good whingers. Yeah.
He does it as well.
Yeah,
okay.
both good whingers.
Funny, when PJ came on last week, he said it was just a constant diet of pasta and salt.
Yeah, there was a lot of salt, which is not too good for you anyway. So,
well,
it was bleak.
Here's a quick reminder of you living all by yourself.
Does money bring happiness? Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yes, it does.
And the thing it brings you, the number one word it brings you is choices. That's what money brings you, and choices equal happiness. It's a simple equation.
I agree.
Don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
Oh my God. Big brother, tell me you understand my plight. Is this for real? I've just got it right, and now I'm, like, in purgatory. The fact that I'm completely on my own. Thanks. You can have happiness without money, but, you know, if you're unhappy and you've got lots of money, you're a bit of a sad actor. Emotional stuff.
It was emotional stuff. The old Now, that was obviously that you were the only housemate to survive the observation task. You were consigned to living alone, albeit with £400 for 7 days. The hardest thing about living in solitude?
It was dull. You saw, you know, you go to bed and there's no one to talk to, and it was a bit dull. But, you know, then again, it might have been easier to do that in the last week I was in there, so it wasn't all bad.
But on the rationale that money gives you choices, choices gives you happiness, it's a simple equation, quote unquote. Do you still think money buys you happiness?
Yeah, absolutely. I stand by what I said. And the money I did have, the 400 quid, did buy me a lot. I mean, I don't eat lobster every day, so that was quite nice. And,
I was going to say, you were lonely, but you're
still... 50 quid bottle of wine and stuff like that. So,
Larry the lobster.
So that was the happiness, you know, that was good. It was just a bit lonely, a bit bored.
OK, now when it became apparent your fellow housemates were condemned to a life of poverty, you tried to instigate a revolt. Isn't it always the middle classes, people? Take a look at this.
This is totally between you and I. I'm desperate to go this Friday. And this is not before tonight. I don't want to say it before tonight, and I've already told Big Brother. I'm gagging to go now, as soon as possible. It's just desperate. And that tonight has obviously reinforced it.
Now, after what I consider to be a pretty damn good setup, we've actually run the wrong VT there. That was you talking to Alex about leaving. But what made you decide to actually stay?
Big Brother, for all their wrongs, are good, and they do have a sound talking, and they put it all in perspective. When you're in that house, you know, your whole life is cocooned, and everything seems so serious, and the outside world seems terrifying. But, you know, they brought me back down to earth, and I suddenly clicked that, you know, I went in this thing as a game, and I'm still in a game, and it still was a game, and it really is not that big an issue.
When you went in, I mean, you know, I remember you had a bit of a heart-to-heart, or as close to the heart-to-heart as you had with Johnny and Kate a couple of nights ago, just talking about why you went in there and so forth. Did you... And they essentially said, what, you didn't come in here to win, you didn't, you know, and you're ready to leave. Did you go in to win, and did you ever think about winning?
No, I mean, at the stage I went in, I knew it was going to be tough going in late. And it really was a case of going there and just let it carry me on. Maybe it's a fault that I didn't think enough about actually being in there, but I went in there and just thought, let's just ride the wave while it lasts. I couldn't have had any plans going at that late stage. I didn't know how they'd react to me or anything else.
What were the motivations to go in the first place?
Right at the start of the whole thing, it was just to get in. That really was the motivation. I wanted to be one of those 12 or one of those 14 out of 150,000 or whatever. That was my aim, to step foot in that door. Once I set foot in it, I have to be honest, I was a bit lost. It's like, right, okay, I'm here now. Right, I've done it. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. Now what,
So, with the rationale that a lot of people said, you didn't join in and do the tasks and so forth, as Davina mentioned to you on Friday, is it the case where, you'd say to people that say that, genuinely, you don't know what to expect and you just go in there?
Yeah, you can plan it all out, but then you end up in a world of trouble, And it's better to go in. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I got a bit of a rough reception and so forth. I didn't get that stuck in, but, I survived 5 weeks and I wasn't up for eviction once, so I kind of done too bad. So, I don't think it's a bad way to go about it. Just let it carry along.
So would you say you enjoyed the Big Brother experience? And if you did, or even if you didn't, what did you learn?
I found it absolutely fascinating, is the word. I found it really interesting. I found everyone really interesting, how they approached it and what they thought about it and stuff. And
do you spend a lot of time thinking about that?
Yeah, that's all you think about. You've got nothing to think about. And you don't think about the outside world so much because it's so far away and you've forgotten about most of it. So that's it. So I found all the people really interesting, how they reacted to it and all that. What I learned, I don't know, not to do it again.
I was going to say, rewind however many weeks, 5 weeks ago, would you do it again?
No, I'd have to find out who was in there first.
Well, that ain't going to happen, is it?
No.
Never mind. OK. With that in mind, just a quick reminder of some of your most memorable moments. Take a look.
My name's Tim, I'm 23, and I'm from Worcestershire. Right from the start, they've always said that they want a nice cross-section of society, and I think individually, I'm a certain building block in society. Does money bring happiness? The thing it brings you, the number one word it brings you is choices. I usually go business class. I've got white lights throughout my BM, So I'm not going to change myself, so if people like me, super. If they don't, hey.
Tim, Big Brother does not provide a washing service.
I'm a fairly laid-back guy, so I'm not planning to sort of start jumping around and pulling my hair out. Big Brother, I clearly state you are discriminating against someone who is wearing contact lenses. Give us something to do! I'm so bored. I wear contact lenses. It's slightly more important than a silly little task. Comprende? I hope everyone's attracted to me in one way.
Oh, Tim.
Oh, Alex. But I'm not going to be unfaithful. I find it a huge compliment to myself that I've got this far. And it's been solely down to my personality.
Big Brother does understand that the Big Brother experience can be a very emotional one.
I love you, Mum. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye. Being evicted may be a negative thing, but again, I would also be really excited about the fact that I'm going to have my folks and my closest friends and girlfriend all waiting for me and enjoy the outside world again as much as enjoy going into Big Brother.
All right, you might have enjoyed yourself, or you might not have enjoyed yourself, but you gave us about 3 hours of content to stick into a half-hour show every single day. So, on your 8th day inside the Big Brother house, we noticed you shaving your chest underneath the TV, which you just saw there. We suspected it was because you were trying to disguise your true identity, that you were indeed Ginger, but it was pure speculation at the time, so we needed evidence. Therefore, that's why we set up Ginger Watch. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We tracked down someone close to you who could help us with our investigation. But, Timothy Cully, do you remember or recognise this voice?
Constantly debating the whole subject at the moment. We've been doing it probably for the last 3 years at university yourself. But I think what really swung it for us was the input of some of his female conquests of sort of came forward and revealed the true colour of his hair.
Oh, yes, indeed. Your so-called friend, otherwise known as Supergrass #1, Andrew Harding, confirmed you are Ginger and you dye your hair every 3 weeks.
Right. Well, I've got to say, I haven't dyed it, have I, for 6 weeks, and this is it, so there you go. This is natural colour.
Oh, we're getting gangster
Are we?
shades there.
Well, if we are,
Yeah.
great, but this is it,
It's
folks.
a ready,
So
red glow. Right,
here
we
we
were
go.
slightly dubious at the time that your friend could be pulling our leg.
Yeah.
So we called up one of your nearest and dearest who supplied us with Exhibit A. Take a look there. That's you as a child, I think age 3. Your hair is blonde, but it's a strawberry blonde. We invited your dad, Neil, otherwise known as Supergrass number 2, to expand on the subject. Here's what he had to say. Supergrass in the form of Tim's dad, Neil, who should be on the phone now. Hello, Neil.
Hello, Dermot.
How are you? You well?
I'm very well indeed, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on Ginger Watch. How would you describe the natural colour of Tim's hair?
When I last saw it a couple of years ago as natural, I would say it was a brown with quite a few hints of auburn in it.
Interesting. And yourself? I mean, do you think he takes after you in the old hair stakes?
Not quite as bright as I am. I was never carrot, I was always auburn. And Tim didn't get quite as much auburn as I have, or I had then.
However, to be fair now, Neil, I don't believe you've been dyeing that, though. Am I right or am I right?
I have not been dyed by it, that's for sure.
Right, OK, you'll be pleased to know he supplied us with more photographic evidence. He's now in a safe house, just in case you can catch up with him. Take a look at this. Firstly, let's take a look. OK, right, there's your cousins.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, when one of our researchers asked you about this, you said you've never seen these people before in your life.
No.
And who is that, Orphan Annie, in the photograph there? Any ideas?
I have no ideas at all. I know it's my sister on the far left, but bar that, I've no idea.
These apparently are, we can't confirm it, but apparently, subject to DNA test, they are Auntie Peggy's children.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure who
Peggy.
Auntie Peggy is. We then got this picture. Let's take a look at it. OK, next one up, please. Here we go. Now, I don't know what you were doing here, but there's you next to a lady looking very proud of you.
Goodness me.
Do you know who that is?
I don't know who the lady is, but
You don't know who the lady
I
is?
can't believe that's
Are you sure? She
I
was so
remember that
proud of you.
jumper.
Do you remember when this was? It's a beautiful picture with you in a gorgeous sticky boat.
I don't. Wow, that's shocking.
And then, more horrific, we got this. And this is what I love. It's you looking very happy with some sort of remote control device.
Yeah, remote control boat.
Was it a boat?
It was a boat on the lake, damn it, yeah.
Excellent stuff. OK. And
Good it was too.
That was the last, and what I would argue to be the most conclusive picture, Mr. Cully. So how do you feel about your friend and your own father, for pity's sake, grassing you up?
That's Dad for you, bless him.
Really?
But at the end of the day, he's got a full head of coloured hair, so if I'm still at his age with no grey hair, I'll be happy.
Now, the question the nation wants to know, and indeed, of course, my cousin Lenny, is what's wrong with being ginger? Anything?
No, nothing at all. Well, maybe. No, if you're ginger. I'm not ginger, I wouldn't know.
OK. What are you talking about? You're against the boy. OK, on Wednesday you revealed this revelation.
I can't believe I'm blonde. I've always wanted to be blonde. These trousers were so bad. I wanted to be blonde all my life.
Your very best dirt diggler there. Do you really want to go blonde?
Oh, that suited me. I quite like that wig, yeah.
Interesting. One thing you proved at the point of the session is that you're always styling your hair. You're in the house for a total of 5 weeks. During that time, you spent approximately 7.5 hours of that time taming your mane. So we should have celebrity hairdresser Daniel Galvin on the line, whose red-headed clients include Nicole Kidman, Patsy Palmer, Isla Fisher, 80s pop princess Sonia, also does Madonna's hair. She's not ginger, but after seeing this, she might well try to be. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you? Are you all right, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you doing?
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us. Do you have many clients who dye their hair because they're ginger, Daniel?
We have... I've got a few clients, but basically what we really do, we don't actually make them darker, obviously as Tim has done. Often what we do is really like put lots of blonde highlights in the hair.
This is interesting.
To dilute the red, the ginger tone down. So it looks far more blonder and more natural looking and makes them very happy.
OK, so with that in mind, do you think Tim would suit blonde hair?
I think definitely, you know, I've been watching Big Brother for the last few nights and so on, and it took me, I think, 2 nights ago, about half an hour to actually see Tim's eyes, the colour of his eyes, those lovely blue eyes.
They are, they're deep blue.
And definitely, obviously, with his fair complexion, he could definitely go blonde, that's for sure. Whether it's blonde all over or blonde highlights, it would look great on him. And I'm sure he's very much like Nicole Kidman, one of my clients.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, there's similarity.
Tell me, does he have freckles at all?
He doesn't really have freckles. A couple of cheeky boy-like freckles over the nose.
Okay, they probably come out in the sun and so on. So really, it would look great.
Would you be able to dye Tim's hair or give him a new look for us?
Yes, without any doubt at all. Yes, we could make him look great. If he wants to go blonde, whether we make him blonde all over or with lights in the hair, definitely we can do
Lovely.
that.
So have you got an appointment booked tomorrow? Could you cancel Nicole for us?
I did, definitely. For Tim, we did that.
God bless you. OK, you're in there tomorrow, is that all right?
Fabulous.
Wonderful,
I look forward to
OK.
it.
We'll see the results here on tomorrow's show, 7 p.m. on E4. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Ginger Watch. Thank you very much, Tina. Good
Cheers,
sport. Coming
Dermot.
up after the break, we find out exactly what happened during last night's obstacle task. We'll see you then. Joining me to talk about last night's task are Mark, Frith and Tim. Oh! For those of you that didn't see it, here's a recap.
It's actually the feet, isn't it, that takes the impact.
And now, recover the task.
And to complete the obstacle course whilst wearing the blindfold helmet provided. They will be guided with directions shouted by the other housemates. At the far end of the obstacle course are 10 eggs on a table. The object of the course is to complete all of the obstacles, pick up one of the eggs, bring it back and place it in one of the empty egg cups on the finishing table. Each egg collected and placed in the egg cups on the finishing table will earn the group £25 to spend on shopping.
Straight ahead.
For the second part of tonight's task, Big Brother will show you one race on the plasma screen. You will have to decide as a group which runner you think will win the race, and also how much of your shopping budget you will stake.
We're placing our bets this week on Sophie.
We've got 150 quid on, so we've got 250 pounds.
350, 400.
400 quid!
Now, were you surprised that Sophie won the egg and spoon race?
Yeah. I think their view that the lads were just going to burk about was absolutely true, and she came through. I thought it was really good, actually.
She didn't win it, though. It was total fix.
She came last, actually, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, Lee, dropped his,
Lee just ran off. He saw some weights that he wanted to use.
Sophie gave Lee a little wink. Lee legged it, and then the two boys just seemed to drop their egg and spoons before the end. Tim, you weren't a huge fan of the tasks, understatement of the year. Would you enjoy that one last night?
Yeah, I thought that was a better one, actually. A bit more physical.
And a bit of betting as well.
Yeah, a bit of brain cells used. It's good.
And the group had £400 shopping budget, which equals a lot of alcohol. Therefore, do you think we're in for an eventful week, or do you think it will calm down now?
I think you're in for a Johnny week.
Meaning?
Meaning he'll, be in his element. Entertainment.
Okay.
Johnny, alcohol equals entertainment.
A good thing?
Depends who it is watching.
I think the pressure's off now and they really want to enjoy themselves, and with the 400 quid they certainly can. I think that Johnny and Kate will probably be the stars of the week, but Alex will try and get in with them because he knows he has to, really.
OK, thank you very much. OK, just over a week there, Big Brother left. The best is yet to come. Here's just a little taste of what we've got in store for you.
On Sunday, the 28th of July, Little Brother will be coming live from inside the most famous house in Britain. The housemates reunited, celebrity guests and exclusive gossip about what really went on. BBLB, first in, last out.
Well, we're over here now. That was good, wasn't it? OK, it's the final Sunday awards ceremony held inside the Big Brother house next week. We reunite all the housemates. We have awards for the most awkward moment, the best diary room moment, the funniest moment, the most dramatic moment, and most memorable moment. Mark, you'll be presenting the award for funniest moment. Your favourite funniest moment?
Yeah, all the details are in the Big Brother special issue of Heat this Tuesday as well, if people want to vote. My funniest moment, Kate falling over when she was drunk. A lesson for us all. Never put on awkward clothing when you've been drinking lots.
OK, let's take a look at that right now. And just to recap, Big Brother's Little Brother viewers can vote for all of those, but the most memorable moment we voted for live on this show. More details on that award later on in the week. Thank you very much, Mark. But the end is nigh. Who will scoop the 70 grand money and be crowned the winner? It's all still to play for. Little Brother's agony Aunt Deirdre will be offering some sound advice for the final four. Plus, Tim Cully takes your calls. We'll see you after this break. welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother, day 59 of Big Brother, and on Friday the fate of the final 4 housemates was sealed. Not a laughing matter. Alex, Jade, Johnny and Kate have survived 8 weeks of evictions, tears, tantrums, and have endured the consequences of the Great Divide. So, as they enter the last days in captivity, who better to talk us through the troubles than the nation's favourite agony aunt and friend of the show, dear Deirdre. Hello.
Hi.
OK, just one dilemma today, Deirdre, with 4 housemates, 5 days to go until Big Brother's grand final. One issue that's troubling all the housemates, but let's take a look at their dilemma. Yeah, I can't take much more of this, Jim.
If I go, you should walk. What's your problem, Alex?
I got no time for people like you, yeah.
What have you been saying about me to Alex?
Why can't you just talk like an adult? Jagger and Jimmy Nail working very hard there. Very impressive. OK, first up, on Friday, another one of Alex's allies, Tim, received his marching orders. He's had a turbulent week, Alex, causing a lot of tension amongst the group and reducing Jade to tears. A lot of public support, but has he now blown his chances of winning, do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, he is a very, very talented guy. The thing about Alex is, isn't he? He always has to pair bond, doesn't he? He doesn't just, like, mix with the gang. He's always got to have one mate. And actually, unfortunately for him, I mean, Tim wasn't the right mate, because it brought out all the negative side of Alex, as it turned out. Now he's obviously already working hard, I think, at getting on with Kate. He's got to get a good balance in that, because I think he's actually got to really be humorous himself and not get too sucked into trying to prize Kate away from everybody else. So I don't think he has. I mean, because I think as long as he stays cheerful and remembers to just keep his temper in check with Jade, I think he'll be fine.
And do you think it's a case where do you think the public might go against him in relation to the fact he's quite petty about the little things, or I mean, what should he do there?
I think he's got 1 week to go, so he can just sort of think to himself, right, I'm just going to really count to 10, I'm just not going to get sucked into all that stuff.
Right.
And I'm going to look for the chances to, you know, do my funny walks and funny dances and things and, you know, turn everybody on. And that way I think he'll be absolutely fine. But he just does have to watch this tendency to stick his nose up in the air and be toffee-nosed about everybody. Just get stuck in there for a week. He's got nothing to lose.
Be a bit more like Bernie Clifton.
Loads to gain, hasn't he?
OK, now Jade's been very unpopular with the public, although less so recently. Somehow she's managed to claw her way into the final week. Could she pull off a shock victory?
I'd be surprised. I mean, I actually wonder if the public, like me, worry about what actually Jade would be like given 70 grand. I mean, the idea of Jade loose on the world with 70 grand is actually quite scary.
I love it. I love the idea of her.
No, for her. I mean, she's a girl with behind all this sort of bluster and all the rest of it, she's got a lot of problems and issues, that girl, and really she needs a bit of quiet life, I think. She's been on a learning curve in there, but she's only like half learnt the lesson. I mean, she's learnt to... you know, that what you say affects people, and if you backbite, it does get back to them in the end. What she hasn't really realised is that you reap what you sow, and that if she would actually just learn to listen a bit more, keep herself in check a bit more, she'd get on really easily. I mean, all her trouble's really of her own making.
Something that I'm sure 70 grand's worth of therapy could easily fix. No, OK. She revealed to Kate she no longer likes any of the housemates. I don't know how serious she was. I mean, how should she play it in the final week?
I think that was the mood. I mean, she's a girl very much into the mood of the moment, and that's why she tends to sound as if she's backbiting, because she cozies
very hard
up
on the sleeve, isn't she?
She cozies up to the person she's with, doesn't she? And then cozies up to somebody else, and it all sort of catches her up in the end. And if she could just learn to keep her own counsel a bit more, and just to think about other people. If she actually spent a week focusing on other people, she'd come across really, really well.
OK. I mean, she is very attentive when she does that, doesn't she?
She's very attentive, and she's very warm. I mean, she's clearly very warm. She's also a bit out of control, and she also should really watch the bottle. If they've got all this money to spend this week, lots of alcohol, she's not at her best when she's had a lot to drink.
Gets it down, doesn't she? OK, Kate and Johnny have kept the public entertained with the comedy antics. Is comedy the secret to winning Big Brother? I mean, not so much with Craig, but I know Brian last year, he was the fall guy.
I think it helps a lot. It really does. And obviously, I'm sure Kate and Johnny will be full of it this week and giving us all sorts of lots of laughs and jokes. You've got to get a really good balance in there, though, I think, haven't you? Because Alison went over the top with all that, and if you're too sort of all the time, it gets in people's faces, and they think, oh, even the publics, and they think, oh, just, you know, calm it down for a bit. People love vulnerability, and I think the people we've really warmed to in the house are the people who dare to show some vulnerability. And Johnny has been so much trying to keep a mask on and be funny and control it, that actually he needs to just have some quiet time, probably, and feel a bit more daring about being open and admit some weakness.
He needs to eat more as well. He's lost 5 times his body weight.
Well, isn't that a guy who comes from probably... I bet he's had a really sort of rigid diet. I don't know whether it's like eggs, bacon, beans, you know, chips and
Yeah.
fish, and he just doesn't want to eat anything else. And he
That's everything.
Yeah. But not when you've got to live on chickpeas and rice.
Do you
really.
think that his latest outburst could cost him the crown at all?
I don't. I mean, I welcomed that. I thought, thank goodness, for a minute, actually dared to let it all hang out in front of everybody rather than going to the loo.
It was kind of Big Brother's John Prescott moment, wasn't it?
It was good. And I mean, actually, we rather liked John Prescott for it, didn't we? And I think we liked him for that as well. And I think he ought to not get too much into all the shouting on this bit, but just show some more openness, relax. I think he's so conscious about wanting to play the game and wanting to win.
Yeah.
He never lets the marks down. He just wants to say, take 10 deep breaths. And...
Lastly, we've never had a female winner of Big Brother in this country. Has Kate got what it takes?
Well, I really warm to Kate, and I think there's a really good chance. I mean, she's not a girl. I mean, she's a very good-looking girl, but she's also one of the lads, and I think she's got a really good balance about being really likeable. You don't have to worry about her too much. She has shown some vulnerability. She has cried, but all the blokes can really play with her. You know, they have games, and they don't worry that she's going to go, ooh, you know, don't do that to me.
She's probably playing with the blokes as we speak,
I think she's a good role model for the girls, so she may pick up a lot more girl votes than previous contestants have been able to do.
OK, thank you very much. The laughter, by the way, is coming because they're playing hide and seek as we speak. You remember those days? Oh, terrific. Thank you very much, Deirdre. 5 days to go, 4 housemates remain. There can only be one winner. It's up to you who you want to vote to win Big Brother 3. No more voting out. You simply vote who you want to win, and here are the all-important numbers. Doing the producer chat sat down today because someone's feeling poorly. We are joined by our producer, Nick Samwell-Smith. Update on the hide-and-seek task? Well, not task, just hide-and-seek game at the moment.
Yes, they've all hidden from Jade again and then reappeared. And Jade is a little bit miffed because it's always her that they play the games on.
That's so true. OK, Tim flew the nest Friday night. His bosom buddy Alex, how's he bearing up?
Very well indeed, actually. It's often quite surprising how quickly the housemates sort of get over the loss of one of their fellow housemates. And we were a little bit concerned about Alex last week, in a bit of a dark mood, but he's totally mucking in with all the others and having a great time.
To be fair, Alex has had his bosom buddies leave before, you know, with Adele and Sandy and so forth, so I guess he's probably used to it. The first day of the final week, how's the mood in the house today?
Very good. They're all, I think, determined to enjoy the last week to its full extent. I think it takes a lot of pressure off when they don't have to nominate each other, so the masks come down a bit and everyone's very relaxed.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think we saw sort of tension like we did last week. Do you know
Exactly.
what I mean? That was intense. OK, Alex didn't go to, they didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. this morning. Apart from Alex and Kate, who were playing Follow the Van, what else did they get up to? I hear there was some pool action.
Yeah, the nation's favourite game, Follow the Van. There's a good episode of that tonight. And the girls ended up in the swimming pool at about 2 in the morning, totally naked. And that's all I can say at the moment.
Don't need to say much else. What can you add? OK, and £400 shopping budget. What are they going to spend it on?
They've gone for mostly chocolate and alcohol. So if you're lucky, there may be more instalments of Follow the Van to come this week.
Lovely, yeah. Chocolate-based and alcohol-based. Nick, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. OK, so... No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Thanks a lot. OK, so we asked you to call in earlier on with your questions for Timothy Cully. He is here. He's waiting for them. And let's get cracking straight away. Hello, Jane from Devon should be on the line. Hello, Jane.
Hello.
Are you well?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Go for it, Jane.
Right. Tim, what was your most enjoyable moment in the house and why?
Nice one.
It was probably... letting my hair down the 70s night was a good crack. I enjoyed that, I have to be honest. But other than that, it'd probably be leaving.
Genuinely? What about surely the first week you must have enjoyed the first.
I had a good time first week and second week. Getting to know people was really good. That was really interesting. But I mean, it's hard. We all ask this in the house. It's hard to put hit the nail on the head, as I say, for one particular moment. I mean, it's quite a steady process. So some bits are good, some weeks are good, some weeks are rubbish.
OK. Peter from Wiltshire next. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Dana.
Go for it.
Tim.
Hiya.
You bonded very well with Alex while you was in the house. Do you think you'll get it together with Adele when he comes out?
Good question. They were obviously attracted to each other personality-wise, but I think, there's an issue with Kate at the moment. There's quite a lot of physical stuff going on there, so... but, you're in a house, and he's a red-blooded single male, and, I think that's why both of them happen, to be honest. I mean, imagine how many women are going to be throwing themselves at him when he comes out, so I think he'll have plenty of choice. But I don't know about Adele. Who knows?
Have you had any female attention since you come out of the house? Obviously, apart from your girlfriend.
Yeah, I've had plenty from her, so that's been fine.
Yeah. Anyone else, though? I mean, I saw a couple of...
I had some knickers
and bras.
Knickers thrown around, and there were some girls at the hotel and stuff, but it's all good-natured, you know?
Yeah. Girls at the hotel, tell us about them.
Oh, yeah, all piled into the room, and it wasn't quite that exciting, just a little bit of a chat.
OK, email from Marion Ferguson from Glasgow. Why did you lie to the other housemates when you came out of the diary room and you told them the 2 no-shows of the roller disco task weren't going to count when they did?
I thought they didn't count. No, honestly, the impression Big Brother gave me was that they weren't going to count. Or maybe I just assumed that's what I wanted to hear. So.
Yeah, you totally assumed that's what you wanted to hear. Big Brother went no.
I don't think Big Brother would have had the balls to cancel it if we missed another.
Are you insane, man? You don't mess with that machine. OK, Layla from Somerset. Hello, Layla.
Hiya.
You all right?
Yes, thanks.
Go for it.
Tim, did you genuinely dislike Sophie, or were you simply going along with the crowd?
Hello.
No, not at all, because when I made my mind up about Sophie, I wasn't aware of the crowd's opinion on her, to be honest. It wasn't a major dislike, just want to make that clear, but she's just not my sort of girl. It's a bit repetitive, but, you know, she's sweet enough, but it certainly wasn't going along with the crowd. I don't think I did that once when I was in there, did I? Get along with the crowd.
No, you can say that again.
Yeah.
OK, thank you, Layla. Ellen from Malvern, lovely part of the world.
Malvern, very nice, went to college there.
Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
Don't try and win her round, mate.
How's Malvern?
You go for it, Ellen.
It is a lovely place.
Yeah, good.
Hello, Tim.
Hi, Ellen, how are you?
I'm very good, actually.
Good.
It's Sunday, lazing around.
Good.
How long did it take you to forget about the cameras?
It is pretty quick. I mean, you never actually forget about them because they're visually on show. You've got to remember that. But, I mean, it literally is within a week, you just tolerate them. They're just there, but you ignore them. Some people more than others. But, I mean, it really is pretty quick. It's just something you learn to live with.
Brilliant. OK, thank you very much, Ellen. Just want to try and get as many as we can. When you first entered the house, it was quite obvious you fancied Kate, and the fact she didn't feel the same way about you perhaps explained your reasons for nominating her for eviction. Beth from Cambridge, what do you say?
That's rubbish. I've already seen clips where Kate said that she thought I was good-looking and she would have given me a number in the nightclub, so I don't know where that come from. I certainly didn't fancy Kate, still don't, never have. Don't know where that's come from at all. At all.
Wow. Quite definite. And James from Southampton, only got 30 seconds, James. Go for your question.
Hi, Dermot. Hi, Tim.
Hi, James.
I just wondered if you were shocked by all the media attention when you came out, because they were calling you, like, Nasty Nick, the new Nasty Nick and stuff.
I was very shocked. It was a big surprise it's that big, and maybe I was a bit naive going in there. Didn't realise it was going to be that huge.
James, thank you very much. Tim, thank you very much. Sure, we'll see you more this week. Indeed, tomorrow, when you go and get your hair highlighted by Daniel Galvin at 11 a.m. We'll see you 7 p.m. E4 tomorrow night. Take care. Bye-bye.